Hey simplifiers, how are y'all doing? Oh, my husband just got up. I'm gonna try to do this even though he's awake. I've got the door shut, so hopefully he'll leave me alone. I mean, I think he will. I had sort of a traumatic day yesterday. I went off on my dad, and I've yelled at him a couple times, but I mean, I don't know what happened to me, but I just snapped. He told me something that was so ridiculous, because he's 94, and he does ridiculous things. And I completely snapped and started screaming. Started screaming at the top of my lungs. Y'all, that's not me. I'm not a yelling, screaming person. Spencer and I do not yell and scream at each other. I got a friend who moved into a house, and she and her husband have been going at it, and it's like, I know moves are traumatic, but we're just not like that. We're not screaming people. We're very generally, I'm an animated person. Generally, I'm a very calm person. I shouldn't say I'm very calm. I'm not a calm person. I'm kind of a hyper person, like this. I'm kind of hyper, but screaming is not my thing. But my dad, I knew when this happened, he was going to run down to the basement after I left. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. And I still broke and started screaming. Why? Why? I'm getting ready to go to my dad's right now. Thought I would just do a get ready with me real quick. My hair, frankly, looks fine. I have to leave here at like 7:30. I'm just gonna leave with it like this. Anyway, at Thanksgiving, okay, my dad wants his Christmas stuff put up, which is fine. That's fine. I'm happy to do that. There's only a little bit. This is the micellar stuff. I got this from Dollar General. They don't sell it anymore. It was only $1. This one I got at Dollar Tree a long time ago. I was just stocking them up before prices went up and stuff. They have this now, but I think it's even, this one's 8 ounces. I think it's smaller now and it's in a different bottle. It might be the same ounces, but see, this one's 10 ounces. The more you can get it, right? I've never paid for the expensive. I don't know if there's a difference. I've never paid $8, $9, $10 for micellar water. Whoops. And frankly, I wouldn't, because it's basically water, right? But it cleans all the gunk off my face from sleeping. And I just use these little polyester cloths. You can see it got off whatever, grease or whatever. It was maybe something left from my makeup from last night. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I haven't seen this at Dollar Tree in a long time. I really like this, but I use it on my face. It's Cetaphil dupe. Sorry. Yeah, Cetaphil. It's just Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. That's all it is. Spencer at Thanksgiving could not find the tree. I don't know why, but it's in a box. Who puts their tree in a box? Okay, ours is in a huge Christmas bin, but just like a box. He said it's in a brown box. So I don't think it's in a bin. So, I like this so much. I think I'm gonna get, because Walmart has a dupe to it as well. It's a full-size dupe, I think. When I run out of this, I think I'm just gonna go to Walmart and get the Walmart dupe, because I really like it just to moisturize. And I'm using some of my stuff up. I've actually thrown away some things. This one, it's almost empty. So I'm working through this one. That's my whole body deodorant. That's from Dollar Tree. Love this. This is a dupe to Secret Whole Body. I just put like about that much on my finger. It's kind of hard to do because I got my clothes on. I do it because it's so cold in here. I do it with my clothes on. Just put a little on each finger. Just put it on my armpit, but you can use it anywhere. So anyway, Spencer couldn't find it because it was in a box. So before I left Friday, I said, stupidly on my part, Spencer couldn't find your tree. I think Mother gave it away. Because Mother was always giving stuff away. I said, I think she gave it to a sitter. No, it's here. Let's go down there. I'm like, no. I was trying to get out the door. I was going to leave at 4 on the dot. It's dark at 5 here now. I was going to leave at 4. 4:20 by the time I got the car. 4:20. My husband is running all over the place. This is Timu. I just use it as a concealer. It's actually a foundation. It's really light. I just conceal with it. Okay, so anyway, the minute I was out the door, he ran his tail down to the basement. If you don't know, Dad is 94 and bent over like this, not kidding, on a walker. Very unstable. He has a little chair thing. That's great. So he rides the little chair down. Highly recommend that for people who have mobility issues. If you've got stairs, get the chair lift. Or chair, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, that's great, Dad. You have the chair thing. He doesn't have a walker down there. Now, he's got a million walkers, so he could have a walker down there. But he doesn't. And he wanted me to put the extra walkers into the vehicles, which makes no sense. Because for him to get to a vehicle, he has to have a walker. So why are the extra ones in the vehicle? If you're going to trot down to the basement, put one in the basement. So one of the things I was screaming about was, I was just screaming, y'all. I don't even know what I said. I was just at the top of my lungs screaming. I have never talked to anybody this way, ever. I've never screamed at anyone this way. I remember when I was a kid, like 16, 17, I had a boyfriend I shouldn't have been dating. I was screaming at him outside the YMCA, and somebody told my mother, y'all, Jackson's not a small place. Someone there knew me and knew I was, and I think it was dark, and knew I was screaming at my boyfriend. How? It was like pitch black. There were the street lights, whatever lights, but how? How'd you know I was out there screaming at my boyfriend? Weird. We weren't in my vehicle. We were in his. Anyway, just strange. So, this one's also from Timu. It's actually a little bit dark. It's not, I never get the right color. So I just blend it in. But it works. Anyway, I've never talked to anybody this way, ever. Never. This is true confession day. So, one of the things I said to him, this was after I'd calmed down some. Dad, you don't have a walker down there. Like, he and my mom both would go down there and grab onto different things. And Spencer said, yeah, it'd be a real good idea for him to pull that shelf onto himself. Yes, wouldn't it? Well, he doesn't think. They don't think about anything. They don't think about you. They don't give a shit about you. When you're the caregiver, they don't give a shit about you or anyone else. Everything's about them all the time. I was there Friday. This is Monday. I'm going back. Is there a Christmas emergency that we can't wait till Monday? So, he said to me, well, you could have gone down there and looked for it while you were here. This is my fault. This is my fault. I mean, I lost it again. I'm like, Dad, I was trying to get home. It's dark outside. I shouldn't be driving in the dark. I frankly can't see. Do you know there's deer everywhere where y'all live? Or there's just deer running around? Yeah, there's deer everywhere here. I had just finished saying to Spencer, what he said to me. That just made me. You should, no, you should have stayed out of the basement and I could look for it today, which is a Monday. 3 days later. So, by the way, not proud of my behavior. Not proud of my, clearly I'm stressed. Clearly. I said to him, do you understand that my hair is falling out in handfuls? Do you understand? I have about half as much hair as I did a year ago. All this with mother, and then immediately got thrown into this mess with him because I didn't know how bad off he was because mother was dealing with it, okay? My very ill mother was dealing with him and his, she warned me. She told me, she was like, you don't understand how stubborn he is. She was right. I didn't get it. And my mother was a pain, and she said horrible things to him and horrible things about him to me. I'm starting to understand. Do I take the blame off of her because she said terrible things? Not really. She didn't have to be as terrible as she was. But he's super stubborn. I mean, like, super stubborn. Anyway, it's just, oh my gosh, it's just. So anyway, I did apologize. So toward the end of the conversation, he says, do you throw things too when you're like this? Number one, I'm never like this. The closest I've been to this unhinged behavior was when I was 16, 17, and that boy was cheating on me, and I heard about it. That's the closest I have ever been. And I wasn't screaming like this at that little brat, kid, boyfriend. I never did that to him. Was I yelling? Yes. Do I throw things too? No, Dad. Number one, I don't scream at people, generally, like ever. Number two, no, I do not throw things. So I'm wondering if Mother threw things. Mother slammed a lot of things. I think he told me she threw some stuff. I'm not sure. But she slammed the door, and she slammed the cabinets, and she slammed the drawers, and anything she could slam, she slammed. So anyway, this is about all I do. In fact, I put more on. I don't need it. I just cover my face. This kind of thing kind of filters, so you can't even tell how bad I look in the mornings or how bad I still look. So I'm just blending it, make sure it's all blended in. And then I was using this powder, but I noticed it's settling into everything and making me look old and kind of overdone. I don't like a lot of makeup, so I'm finding it's making me overdone. So this is good. It's L'Oreal True Match. I'm not against it. However, I've been noticing in pictures that I'm like, oh my gosh, I look like I got a lot of makeup on. All it was is a powder. Because this is just foundation. That's all this is. So I'm just gonna, I usually like to do that. I feel like the foundation sticks better, but I don't care. I'm just gonna put this on. I've been doing this for a few days and I'm liking the way it looks better. So I'm just skipping that, making it more minimal. Skip that one step. If I feel like I need it, I'll use it, but all right. And then I have this right here, and I just brush my eyebrows. Okay. Oh, I need this. So he doesn't know this. I take all this junk with me to his house. So I gotta pack my suitcase back, which it's mostly, I think I gotta put an outfit in there. Take my rollers with me in case I want to curl my hair. I think the suitcases, I think I might need one outfit in there. But I drag my suitcase with me everywhere, just in case he falls or something. So what I said to him, if you don't know what I'm so worried about, it's an unfinished basement, so it's a concrete floor. There's no carpet anywhere. It's all concrete, and he doesn't have his walker down there, so he's hanging on to various things to walk around down there. Ridiculous. I told him he makes asinine decisions, which is true. Completely asinine decisions. The problem with people in their 90s and probably even some in their 80s, they don't think like a 70, 60, 50, 40, 30-year-old. They just don't. They think they're invincible. Nothing could ever happen. Because Dad's bleeding a lot in ways that seem weird to me because the only thing he ever takes is aspirin. He actually got off the blood thinner, so he's not on that anymore. Does that stay in your system? Because, I mean, he's having nosebleeds. You would think he was on a full-blown blood thinner twice a day. I mean, because, like, he bled like a stuck pig at the oral surgeon. I mean, no, not there. We warned them ahead of time. It was at the dermatologist. She did something to his ear. I mean, he bled and bled and bled. It wouldn't stop bleeding. And he called me, freaked out. And then I was freaked out. And I made my sister deal with it because she's a nurse. I was like, I was in the middle of Memphis. I said, can you call Dad and see if you can help him? Because I'm busy. And she did. She did. But they don't make sound decisions. I said, Dad, the way you're bleeding, if you fall and you hit your head, I'm telling you, you're done. That's brain bleed, and that's it. I'm going to, I don't think he realizes I'm very, very concerned about finding him in that sort of situation and being completely traumatized, because I know that's what's going to happen. If he doesn't die in his sleep, whatever happens to him is going to be 100% traumatizing to me. I've already got trauma from what happened to Mother. I'm working through it. I feel a lot better this year than I did, or like right now, than I did end of last January. Quite traumatized. Had a horrible time going to sleep. Every time I would shut my eyes, I would, see something that had happened to her. I know this happens to a lot of people. I know I'm not the only person going through that. I get it. But one thing I said to him is, I'm not getting on anxiety meds just because of this situation, okay? Okay? I'm not interested in being on anxiety. And I didn't even feel anxious. When I started screaming, I didn't feel the least bit anxious at all till, boom, he mentioned going in that basement looking for that stupid tree. Like, I said, Dad, Christmas is not an emergency. If you need to go down there, that's one thing. But Christmas trees, not an emergency. Not an emergency, Dad. And so, he says to me, well, I've never hit my head. Well, you've never hit your head yet. Yeah, Dad, you've never hit your head yet. What has stopped your head? I don't even know what has stopped his head from hitting. He has fallen over and over. What is keeping his head from getting hit? I have no idea. But I mean, hitting it on the hardwood floor is not much better. But downstairs in that basement, he's not going to live. If he lives, he's going to go to the hospital and maybe go to a rehab. He won't be coming home, in my opinion. That will be the end. That'll be the end. So, and listen, he wouldn't let my mother come home. I wanted my mother, I don't know if I talked about this, I wanted Mother to come home with hospice. I think I have. Everybody was in denial. My medical sister was in denial. My my dad wasn't there enough to be fully sane, but he was in denial. I knew she wasn't going to live. I knew probably about 3 weeks in that this was not going in the right direction. Not at all. Not at all. You have to eat to survive. So even if they had fixed her problem, which they did not, and they could not. It was not a fixable issue. If she was 40, they probably could have fixed it. Her age, there's only so much they can do. I have friends that say, oh, they just let you die. There's only so much they can do. You're 90, your body's wearing out, and you're not eating. What really are they going to do about that? You know what I mean? Like, let's get serious. Do I think they may let some people die? Well, I'm sure they probably do. They probably let some 40-year-olds die, Hospitals are not infallible. They got a lot of stupid people running them and working there. Frankly, I mean, let's just be honest. A lot of bad people in healthcare. But, we can't blame everything on that. She was 90. Her body, she was not well for 4 or 5 years. Her body was not getting any stronger, Anyway, Dad wouldn't let her come home. And that made me mad. I was furious. I never went off on him about that, but I was furious about that. He said to me, oh, well, we're not putting a hospital bed in here. So Spencer said, so when he gets this way, I guess we won't put one in for him either. Right. No, Dad, sorry, you can't come home. You didn't want Mom to have a hospital bed because you were acting insane then. I mean, it's insanity. What sort of person says, well, I don't want your mother to have a hospital bed in this house? That is your freaking wife, and this is her. I think I even said to him, well, that's her house too, Dad. Really? That's her house too. That's her house too, Dad. So, maybe some... Yeah, I'm busy.
Huh?
I'm busy.
Okay.
So maybe some of this anger and frustration is coming from a year ago when I wasn't allowed to bring my mother home, which I don't even like hospice. But in her case, I think hospice would have been okay. Go away. Go away. Anyway, I've go to work. Thanks for chatting with me. I hope you don't think terribly of me. I think bad enough of myself. You don't have you don't have to think terrible of me. I think bad enough of myself. I'll see you guys later.